Okay, so two of the most important questions which is commonly asked from exception handling perspective in Java interviews are: should we catch runtime exceptions, and should we have a return statement in finally block or not? And if yes or no, whatever is the answer, then what is the reason behind that? In my 15 years in IT industry, I have taken numerous interviews, and I mostly ask this question with mid-level and junior level, entry level people. And my reason for asking this question is to check how much practical knowledge they have on exception handling. Theoretical knowledge is fine, that what's the exception hierarchy, what are chained exception and all that, but this really tells about how much they have gone deeper into exception handling and how much hold they have on the concepts, what's their thought process on exception handling. So the first one is, should we ever catch the runtime exception? And the simple answer to this question is no, we should never catch the runtime exceptions. And the reason behind that is runtime exceptions are actually the exceptions which are unexpected scenarios which are occurring in at the runtime, causing the application to abort or not doing the aborting the functionality, basically whatever you are doing. So we want this to occur so that those can be fixed, and that is the reason we really never want to catch the runtime exception. And an example is a null pointer exception. So it is very common for null pointer exception to occur at the runtime, and if a developer says that I will put a catch block of runtime, I'll put a catch block to catch the runtime exception and print the log and then move safely, or even if throw the runtime exception, then I would say that that particular developer's understanding is broken. We should never catch the runtime exception, let them occur, and then once you see those exceptions in the log, then you go and fix those exceptions. So point here is that no, runtime exceptions should never be caught. They should you should allow them to occur in the production at the runtime. Basically, they should occur at the runtime, and then you go and fix those scenarios where the exception is occurring. So that's the runtime. Should we ever catch runtime exceptions or not? Second question which I ask is, should we have return statement in finally block? And if yes or no, then why? So again, simple answer or straight answer to this question is no, you should never have a return statement in the finally block, because if you have a return statement in the finally block, then whatever is happening in try or catch block, everything will be overridden, and whatever you are trying to return from this return statement, that will get returned, right? So let me go a step back, and in case if this is not clear, then let me tell how try, catch and finally works. So first of all, you will have your try block where you will be trying a couple of things, and if you expect that there could be some exception scenarios, then you will use a catch block to catch those exception scenarios, and then finally block you will put to say that no matter what happens in try block or catch block, this is what should be done at the end in the finally block. That's the purpose. This is how the series execution order is there. Now, if you are returning anything from the finally block and some exception is occurring in the try block, then or in the catch block, then that exception, both of those exceptions will get overridden, and what will be returned is the return statement of your finally block, and we don't want that. What we really want is that in case of exception scenarios, we want to do something from the finally block, but let the result of try block or the exception from the type try block and catch block to be returned to the calling method, right? That's why we should never have a return statement in the finally block. So that is for these two important questions from exception handling perspective in a Java interview. Thank you.